Yo, what's up guys, Sharoy here from Just Another Style Channel, and today we got another sneaker review, so let's get into it. So you guys might recognize this box over here. I actually did a review for a shoe in a similar box, which was actually the Air Jordan JTH or the Justin Timberlake Super Bowl 3s, whatever you want to call those. But over here today we have the original Tinker Hatfield 3s design, and it is in a size 9.5. I was actually fortunate enough to double up on these. This was a fairly limited release across North America. There was only one store in Toronto that got them, which was the Jordan store, and about 3 to 4 stores in the US got them that I'm aware of. So let's get a closer look at the shoe. Alright, so here's the shoe. Now before I start talking about it, I'm gonna give you guys some close-ups and let you guys appreciate the shoe for what it is before I start talking and boring you guys to death.
Hey, lace 'em up, lace 'em up, lace 'em up, lace 'em. Blue suede shoes stay crispy like bacon. Nikes on my feet make my cipher complete. I stay shining like the lights on the street in the night. Revis take me shopping when I'm up in New York. Hit the shoe store, go and cop a few more. You at the mall getting dinner at the food court. I'm in LA eating 22 course. Young boss, bitch, paper in my pockets. I got a closet filled with shoe boxes. Mom said my spending habit a little bit obnoxious, but a pilot stay fresh up in his cockpit. Used to rock hand-me-downs, now buy some clothes, wear them out. Hit the club, bitches pull their cameras out. Living in a dream, they beginning to believe.
Alright, so as you guys got to see in the close-ups, this shoe is very similar to the Justin Timberlake 3s because it features the same design. Now a little bit of history behind the shoe. This was the original design by Tinker Hatfield for the Air Jordan 3s, and it features the Nike checkmark over here. This one comes in a black colorway over here and a fire red tab on the back. As you guys can see, the silhouette stayed the same. The elephant print is still across the shoe. The only thing that changed in later designs and to the Air Jordan 3 that we know today is the checkmark is gone and we have the Jordan logo on the tongue. So this shoe is actually really clean over here with the fire red tab on the back. It actually complements the red Jordan Jumpman on the tongue, and it features the Tinker Hatfield signature inside the tongue as well, similar to the other Tinker Hatfields that dropped earlier. This shoe also features the classic elephant print pattern that can be found on other Jordan 3s, but this one over here actually has a full blacked out elephant print that you guys got to see up close and personal, and then features a black midsole and has white detailing as well on the midsole. So you guys might be wondering why this shoe over here is so sought after, why people like it so much, or what makes it so special in general. Well, this over here is the original design by Tinker Hatfield for the Air Jordan 3s and was later changed to the one that we see on market today. The differences that you'll notice is that this one here actually features a Nike check while the ones today do not, and it also features an air bubble on the midsole. Overall, the shoe is pretty clean and it's a nice colorway. You got gray, white, and black with elephant print all over it. And I love the tumble leather on it. The tumble leather on this one is actually not as nice as the ones for the JTH 3s, but the quality is still really well made and really plush. This part over here is actually really plush for ankle support, and it does feature perforated leather as well towards your ankle and right behind the back tab. So you'll notice that when you saw the close-ups as well. And it also features a hang tag here with Tinker Hatfield signature on it, and that was a nice little touch for them to add to the shoe. Overall, I think the shoe is really clean and I do like it a lot. I personally did not keep these. Obviously, you know me, this channel is based around reselling and it has been based around reselling recently. So what do you think I did with these? I resold them and I actually doubled up on them. So to get into the story of actually how I copped these is that I had information ahead of time while it was released on Kicksteals on Twitter that these will be dropping at the Jordan store in Toronto, and it was supposed to release Saturday morning and lineups were supposed to start at around 9 p.m. at night. But as you guys know, that usually does not happen with sneaker releases. The time given isn't always the time that people line up at. So people were lined up from 11 a.m. across the street waiting to join the official line, and my bro called me up, was like, yo, the lineup's getting bigger and bigger on the other side.
Hey man, if the line's this long, it's gotta be good.
So I called up the Jordan store and I asked them what time is the line actually starting. They said around 5 o'clock. So I rushed my way down and eventually I got there on time, and I was there before the official line started, so I was in the unofficial line. And basically what happens is they lay out the gates and tell you to actually walk over, not run over, walk across the street and join the line. My brother got into the first half of the gate, I got into the second half of the gate. Later on, they gave out wristbands, but the wristbands didn't come out till about 2.5 to 3 hours of actually lining up in just a blank line. So I didn't know if I was gonna get them or not. I had a little bit of help from people inside the store giving me a little information, from people in the line around me that were nice enough to share their plugs and their information with me. Was about 150 pairs, and I was about 56 in line, so I was pretty confident that I was going to get a pair, and my brother was about 50th or about 45th in line, and I knew he was going to get a pair as well. And the Game Royals dropped that weekend as well, so we doubled up on everything. But overall, I was lucky enough to get my hands on these. The lineup overall was pretty long. I ended up sleeping outside. It was pretty much my second ever camp out, first ever successful camp out, because the first time I ever camped out, it turned into a raffle in the morning because the line got too hectic. The thing about Jordan Store is they have good security and they make sure the line is very well regulated, so you don't have to worry about anything, and you know your spot is going to be safe once you have a wristband secured. So I appreciate that Jordan Store actually takes the time to wristband people and actually make sure their spot in line is secured, because there's a lot of stores out there in Toronto that do not do this for people. They just tell you to show up and line up, and people will be lining up for 2 to 3 days, especially for the Sean Witherspoons. That's actually what happened. People lined up without a confirmed spot in line. So it was just on an honor-based system, and that always doesn't work out because there's always a 1-2 person that wants to cut in line and finesse their way to the front. So I appreciate Jordan Store for having such a regulated line. And the only thing I didn't like about the Jordan Store was that the line actually took a little long to get through in the morning. It was basically, we had 2 cashiers instead of 6 as usual, and it was actually the morning of the Game Royals release as well. So I was downtown Toronto, meaning 4 to 5 different stores around me were getting Game Royals. Only one store was getting the Tinker Hatfields. So I wanted to get through a line and head my way to the other stores because everyone stood in line at the Jordan Store. The other lines were dead and empty, so that's one of the plus things. If you get an L in this line here, just know that there's other stores in the area that you can line up to right away overnight, and you probably will increase your chances of getting the shoe rather than being too far back in line without a wristband or anything like that. So as soon as this was done, I was running from Foot Action to Foot Locker to Exclusivity, and I was just trying to pick up as many Game Royals as possible because I had a bulk buyer. I managed to secure 5 pairs, and thank you to all the people in line that actually gave me the Game Royals for retail. I appreciate that. And you know, everyone's helping everybody in line. Overall, the experience was really smooth, and I ended up with a W over here. My little broski ended up with a W as well. So you know, resell is life. I appreciate it. It's all part of the culture. And shout out to all the people I met in line that were really great, really humble, and I got to connect with on Instagram. Alright guys, so that pretty much sums it up for the video today. Overall, I really like the sneaker. It's a piece of history, and it actually shows the progression of the threes and pays homage to Tinker Hatfield, who actually designed the sneaker model over here, and it's part of the culture now, and it's good to appreciate the original design of it and actually how it all started. So it's nice to see Jordan Brand actually paying appreciation to that and actually putting it out there for us to purchase it and have in our collections. If you're reselling this, one thing to keep in mind is that there is a wider release coming out later on in April. It might be postponed to May, but if you're holding on to it, make sure you're getting a decent value for these now instead of market value dropping, because there's going to be a bigger supply out there for everyone to purchase these, and it's going to be a wider release compared to the one that just took place. And on that note, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're getting really close to 1,000 subscribers now, so I appreciate all of you that have been watching my content and following me through my entire journey on YouTube, and I will be posting content frequently for you guys because I do like it. I appreciate you guys watching it, and it is a passion of mine that I'll continue to do regardless of how many subscribers I have. And on that note guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow my playlist down in the description below. It's a vibe out with me, listen to the music I listen to, and it'll give you guys to get a feel for who I am outside of this little YouTube video. And on that note, I will see you guys next time.